Here's the thing. I don't know why the arrest hasn't been made. Do you guys not know where he lives?
Again, all questions need to be directed towards our public information officer.
With all due respect, sir, I can direct questions anywhere I want them. You can refuse to answer questions.
If you want them answered, you need to direct them to her.
Is she here right now?
No. All questions need to be directed towards Roxanne.
Well, I don't even know why you're standing here then if you can't answer questions.
I can't.
Well, I don't even know why you're standing here then.
Because I gave you a piece of paper.
Well, thank you for giving me the paper, and you are free to leave, sir.
This is my office.
No, you can stay, but I'm telling you, you're now free to leave. On October 3rd, 2023, after about 10 minutes of verbally berating a woman and cussing her out, Officer Felipe Hernandez with the Las Cruces Police Department shoots the woman in the back, killing her. 21 days later, on October 24th, 2023, Felipe Hernandez still hasn't been arrested for murder. Nobody within the entire government of New Mexico will answer any questions about where he is or what's going on. At this point, we don't know if Felipe Hernandez has been allowed to flee to Mexico, or if he's still out on the streets murdering people for the Las Cruces Police Department. The murder occurred in Dona County in New Mexico, so I called the Dona District Attorney's Office to find out when they'd be filing charges and when they would be arresting Felipe Hernandez. The women who answered the phone at the DA's office were rude, dismissive, told me they had no information to give me, and wouldn't tell me who I could contact to get information. So I published the story and started making the 4-hour drive down there, during which time you guys were contacting the DA's office to also try to figure out what was going on. Yeah, is Gerald here?
Can I ask what it's in regards to?
You can let him know it's James Freeman here, wanting to ask some questions.
Okay, I don't think he's here, sir. We had a conference in Albuquerque, and as far as I know, he's traveling back from that.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me go check, okay?
Okay. Or anyone that can talk to me about what's going on with the Las Cruces cop that murdered somebody.
Okay, 1 second.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. No unauthorized weapons beyond this point. Which weapons are authorized? The ones that shoot people in the back? Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Good.
Detective Luna with the Sheriff's Office.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How can I help you, sir?
Are you here to take a report or what?
No?
Okay. What are you here for?
Well, I understand maybe you want to speak to us? I don't know who you...
Well, I had wanted to speak with the DA. I mean, I suppose I might be able to speak with the Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
I was just curious. You guys aware of Felipe Hernandez, an officer with Las Cruces Police Department, murdering someone?
I'm aware of the case, yes, sir.
Okay. Is it being investigated?
From my understanding, yes.
Okay. I was just trying to get information this morning by calling and just finding out who's investigating it, when they expect an arrest to be made, and nobody wanted to answer any questions. So I said, okay, well, I'll just come down there in person and ask. So we're wanting to know who's investigating it, one, and do you investigate murder cases typically?
Not typically, no. I mean, I'm not investigating that one specifically.
Okay. Have you ever investigated a murder case?
No.
Have you investigated any murder cases before?
Sir.
Okay. You guys know how long it typically takes to make an arrest when you have probable cause that someone committed a murder?
I'd be guessing if I gave you an answer.
Okay. Probably pretty quick. Usually on scene is what I've seen.
Okay.
So if I showed you a video of somebody committing murder, do you think you'd be able to go to a judge real quick and get a warrant?
Like I mentioned earlier, I've investigated a homicide myself before, so
Okay.
I'd be guessing if I
Well,
gave you an answer.
and I'll tell you what, I don't know who would typically investigate a murder like this, whether it would be the Sheriff's Department, whether it would be the state police. And I don't even know if I'm in the right place at the DA's office. I really don't, but that's kind of why I called them this morning, just to find out, okay, who is investigating it, what's going on.
Have you been able to talk to anybody?
No, they just blew me off this morning, which is why I said, oh, well, I'll just come all the way down there. It seems when I'm in person, all of a sudden people can talk to me, right? And so there's a lot of people that are looking for the same answers that I am.
Gotcha. No, I'm sure. Fellas,
Hello.
we've gotten the calls for them, so.
Okay.
So I don't know, like you said, if they just blew you off. From my understanding right now is they're referring people to their PIO.
Okay.
Is that what they told you earlier?
I probably should talk to someone in this office because I didn't call Las Cruces PD. I assumed they wouldn't be investigating their own murder. They may do some type of internal investigation, I'm sure. But as far as criminal charges, I would assume they wouldn't investigate it. Would that be accurate? I mean, if one of you guys were involved in a murder on duty, does one of your buddies investigate it, or do they send it to another agency?
As far as I know, it's a team of different agencies that investigate.
Okay.
All I can tell you as of right now, the case is being investigated. I can't tell you who. I mean, it's still under investigation. I don't know what answers they can give you at this point.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to know, is who's investigating it, because there was another murder a year ago by Las Cruces police, right? Well, they're calling it manslaughter, but to the layman, we call it murder when somebody unlawfully takes another life. And in that particular instance, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. And in that particular instance, the Attorney General has accused the DA of hiding evidence, and so that's kind of why we were curious who's investigating this one. And again, weren't able to get any answers when I made phone calls, because I wanted to publish it for everyone to just see, so that
like I said, most of as far as I understand, it's multiple agencies that are involved and investigate the case.
Okay. But at this time, he hasn't been arrested, is that right?
I don't know. I can't. Like I said, it's still under investigation. I have no answers for you. I'm sure whoever's investigating is also doing their work, and I'm sure when the time is when it's time, they'll give you the information that you'll be available to get.
I've heard before, give us time to investigate. The thing is that I'll bet you anything, if I were to go out there right now and shoot someone in the back as they're running away from me, I'd be in handcuffs instantly, right? And we're talking about, 23, 24 days now since that murder occurred, and I haven't heard anything about his arrest. So I hope you can understand how concerning that is. It's not like, I came in here the very next day. Yeah. I didn't even come in here the day after, the body cam footage was released, or, this is a long time to go without arresting a murderer. And I don't see this happen when it's private individuals. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you this.
Yeah.
This is the number to the office.
To this office?
Roxanne is our public information officer.
Okay.
And any questions will be directed towards her.
Okay. Can you tell us whether your office is in whether the DA's office?
I can't answer any questions.
Can't answer. Okay.
All questions have to be
How
directed to her.
How come when a citizen murders
Again,
somebody?
all questions have to be directed towards her.
Is there a reason you're being so abrasive?
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 Yeah.
Because I can't answer any questions.
Okay, you don't need to be combative with me. I'm conducting an investigation here.
I'm standing right here.
Sir.
But you can call that number and talk to Roxanne. She can address any questions you may have.
Okay. Is there a reason you're being so combative when I'm trying to conduct my investigation?
I think your definition of combative mind is different.
Okay. So if a citizen murders somebody, you can easily tell me whether the DA's office is investigating it or not. It's instant.
Again,
but all of a sudden,
any questions that you have, please direct to Roxanne.
All right. Guys, so the phone number for Roxanne is 575-524-6370. Should I just wait here until the arrest has been made? I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know why the arrest hasn't been made. Do you guys not know where he lives?
Again, all questions need to be directed towards our public information officer.
With all due respect, sir, I can direct questions anywhere I want them. You can refuse to answer questions.
If you want them answered, you need to direct them to her.
Is she here right now?
No.
And she works in this DA's office?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can call the office, you can leave a message for her, and she'll call you back.
And she's not here right now?
Not right now.
Okay. All right. Do you guys need information about his home address so you can go arrest him on a felony warrant? Or, what do you need?
All questions need to be directed towards Roxanne.
Well, I don't even know why you're standing here then if you can't answer questions.
I can't.
Well, I don't even know why you're standing here then.
Because I gave you a piece of paper.
Well, thank you for giving me the paper, and you are free to leave, sir.
This is my office.
No, you can stay, but I'm telling you, you're now free to leave.
I've always been free to leave.
What's that?
I've always been free to leave.
Sure.
So.
Well, I'm going to be asking questions. So whether you want to stay here and choose not to answer them, or whatever you want to do, if you want to keep being combative with my investigation, you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to continue to stay here and ask questions. Okay.
Okay. Well, You can call her and you can ask all your questions.
Cool.
Okay? And she'll get back to you.
Cool. You can call her as well and let her know I'm sitting here waiting.
But this office will close at 5 and you will have to leave.
I'll be out at 5. Be
Okay.
back in the morning.
We good boys?
Hey, thank you, sir. I'll let Elena
Ladies.
Thank you, sir. And you as well. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And you, you don't work for Las Cruces PD, do you? Because you got the same bad attitude they do.
Oh.
You might want to check it. You might want to check it.
I'm not coming here.
Nothing but lip service. When a citizen commits a murder and records themselves shooting someone in the back, they are arrested immediately. Immediately. There is no lack of probable cause on that body cam footage. I understand that it has to go to trial, that a jury gets to decide, and there may be some things in question that a jury could go one way or another. But I don't think that any police officer or attorney anywhere would say that there's not probable cause for an arrest there. Now, whether or not he gets convicted is up to a jury, but it appears that they don't even want him to go before a jury. But this isn't the first murder committed by a Las Cruces police officer within the last couple of years. The last one was in August of 2022. And in that case, the New Mexico State Attorney General says that this DA's office and the Las Cruces Police Department were not forthcoming with evidence.
Special agents arrested Las Cruces police officer Brad Lunsford this morning. Newly released video shows the officer shooting a man suspected of petty theft in the back of the head during a struggle in a parking lot.
After people in this community and probably communities around the country have an opportunity to see the video evidence, there is going to be a strong reaction. There will be a strong and understandable sense of anger.
Lapel video shows officers pull AZ out of a car, and moments later, 2 officers and AZ are struggling on the ground. As the struggle continued, Lunsford pulled out his gun.
And in our judgment, committed a real unnecessary escalation of force and violence in that moment, drew his service weapon, put it to the back of Presley's head, and pulled the trigger.
The AG's office says the Dona district attorney also wasn't forthcoming with evidence.
The city of Las Cruces hid information from us. It obscured videos.
But after receiving those videos and conducting an independent analysis, which includes consulting with national experts on the use of force, we determined that criminal charges were justified in this context.
AG Torres says, meanwhile, there is a need for statewide independent investigators and prosecutors to look into cases like this one. Last note here, Julie, Officer Lunsford was booked and released today. We're going to continue to follow his case.
Definitely a lot to follow here, Ryan. Thank you.
Now the question is, should the Dona District Attorney's Office even be involved in this investigation at all, after the Attorney General just told us that they weren't forthcoming with evidence the last time that a Las Cruces police officer unlawfully killed someone? I don't think for 1 second this man should be convicted without a fair trial, but what I am saying is that when private citizens shoot someone in the back and kill them, we get arrested immediately. As of the making of this video, we're on 27 days since this occurred, and an arrest has not even been made. I left the office to check out the rest of the building. When I returned 10 minutes later, they had turned off the lights, locked the doors, and all of our employees appear to have abandoned their jobs. Figures. As soon as I walked out, they locked up. They locked up and called it a day. Imagine that. Imagine that. When you let a cop get away with murder and people start asking you about it, you can just close and go home. The crazy thing is that these people are all still being paid their full salaries to not be here. Since none of the law enforcement agencies or the DA's office have been able to explain to me why an arrest has not been made yet, I put their contact information below so that you can try to get those answers for yourself.